Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is a new fix that I was able to figure out actually last week. This is the Windows 8, Windows 10 scanner issue. So, most agencies in using Sector are using the Honeywell 1900s or the Honeywell 4600s. This fix is designed to help the Honeywell 1900s. The Honeywell 4600 has been kind of hit and miss, but since most people have migrated over anyway, it's not that big of an issue. So the backstory here. Basically, the Honeywell 1900 in Windows 7 and earlier worked just fine as a USB HID device. It was plug and play. You put it in any USB port, any computer, it should plug in and work. When Windows 8 and 10 came along, there were a lot of different theories on this as to why, but the device no longer worked as a USB HID device. Instead, the only way to get it to work was to set it up as a serial port. Well, the problem with the serial port, without getting too technical, is first of all, there's a lot of back-end Windows work that your average police officer doesn't want to do every day. And second of all, if I unplug a device from a particular USB port, put my, let's say, flash drive in it, and then plug my scanner back in, the scanner may not work again because it may have bumped the virtual serial port number up one. So it's very problematic, and essentially if you have a computer where you don't have a dedicated port and you know what you're doing, your scanner may stop working quite a bit. Well, the rumor that I had heard was it had something to do with Honeywell. That's not actually true, and it's actually a Windows problem. There's an INF file in the back registry that when Windows 8 and Windows 10 were updated, I want to say about a year ago, was all of a sudden written off. And it caused all HID devices being plugged in to switch over to a different driver. That driver is what's not working, and that's what we're going to show you how to fix today. So first of all, just to show you what I'm talking about, I'm going to go to the View menu here, Profile, Application Settings. You'll see my scanner is set up as a USB HID device. But when I scan a license, nothing. Scanner registration, nothing. Nothing's working right now. I'd have to set this up as a serial port. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Windows environment and fix this. So this is a little technical. I would recommend you have your IT people do this for you unless you kind of know your way around the Windows registry. But here we go. First thing you want to do is come down here to Windows and just type Device Manager. Your scanner is going to be under the Human Interface Devices, and as you can see, it's not here right now. That tells you right away that it's not in the right place. The driver it's using is down here, POS HID barcode scanner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this, click Properties. Under Driver, I'm going to update the driver. I want to browse and let me pick a list. Instead of POS HID, I'm going to change it to HID compliant device and press close. Okay, so that's the first thing. Next thing we want to do is go to this Details tab, and I want to go to Hardware IDs. So right there. I need to write down some of these numbers. Generally speaking, it's going to be this one right here, the 0907 for the Honeywell 1900s. It may change. I would recommend you just write all of them down. Generally though, every single scanner I've plugged in has been this number right here, VID02CE and PID 0907. So now I'm going to press close. Now I can close this out, and I'm going to go back to Windows and type Reg Edit and go into this. So this is your registry editor. If you don't know what you're doing here, please don't mess around in this. You can screw up your computer royally by pressing the wrong thing here. But what I'm going to do, let me close all these down, is I'm going to go to Local Machine, System, obviously USB, and then I'm going to find under USB All these different devices are here. That number that I told you to write down, right here, the 02C0907, I'm going to find that one. And under each one, I'm going to look for device parameters. Okay, so from that, I'm going to go to Enhanced Power, and I'm going to change all of these. If it's a 1 here, I'm going to change it to value 0. So I'm going to do that for each one of these keys underneath. So right now they're all set to 0. Occasionally when you do this the first time, they're going to be set to 1. So I go in here, I go to Device Parameters, the Enhanced Power Management enabled, make sure it's set to 0, not 1. So we'll go through all these. 0, 0, and it looks like mine are set to 0. A lot of times when you plug a new scanner in, these will all be set to 1. Essentially, what my best guess here is that this this Enhanced Power Management set to 1 is causing the scanner to do like a sleep mode. That seems to be what everybody's general consensus is online, but the point is it needs to be off. Okay, so we're going to close this out now. I'm going to go back in here just to show you that it is still in USB mode. Now let's try it again. And there you go. This scanner now works. So just to show you, I'm unplugging the scanner and putting it in a completely different port. Scanner still works. This device is now plug and play on Windows 8 or Windows 10 as an HID device. You no longer have to set the serial port. You no longer have to worry about bumping the serial port. This device works just like it used to on Windows 7 and earlier. Okay, hopefully that helps you guys out. Obviously, most of the state is using the Honeywell 1900, so this is a very expensive problem that we've been having that hopefully now you can use this to fix and extend the life of your 1900s out a little bit longer.